Brian is my name. Ocelot Youth. I've been playing Street Fighter for pretty much my whole life. I think I started in like 92, maybe. Street Fighter is a Japanese game, and there's a fundamental difference to a Japanese game and an American game. Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that, those are made in America, and the level of technicality isn't the same. To do a combo, you're just pressing a combination of buttons like you're dialing a telephone. In Street Fighter, there's timing. So if your timing is off, the combo's not going to come out. That's not the same for American games. Those have evolved over time, but they still fundamentally remain the same, where Street Fighter gets harder and it gets easier through different variations. I don't know, there's just a charm to it.
I got into competitive gaming a little later in life, a lot later in life. I'm always late to the party. Shortly after Brian and I got married and we quit our day jobs and we started working in bar life, we had that freedom to go to the weekly here to help run it. Brian started going, and at first I was like, all right, you go. I'm going to hang back. I'm going to do my own thing. And then he got me to come out one night, and it was so hype and so exciting that I just wanted to be here to watch. And then after a couple weeks, everyone convinced me to play, and I just picked a random hot female character and mashed buttons, didn't care. A couple months later, I just kind of discovered the character I was meant to play and fell in love with the game. And then it became all about, I wasn't just some chick who was married to a guy who'd been playing Street Fighter his whole life. It'd be out of nowhere, it just overnight became oh, I want to play this stupid game. I care about this stupid game. I have nightmares about matchups where, somebody else's character, if I'm afraid of that character for whatever reason, I have nightmares that character just spams me to death no matter what I do. I have these nightmares all the time, just different characters, whoever I'm afraid of that week. I mean, it's like the center of my universe, and I love it. And on my days off, I just train and I play, and I feel like it gave me something I didn't have before, or a part of me I finally discovered and brought to life was, being a competitive Street Fighter player.
So I'm actually looked at as the strongest player of Street Fighter 5 in Ohio. I take it mad serious. I actually want to do this as a career. But it's if you ask someone okay, why are you a Christian or a Buddhist or I don't know, whatever. And people might have this long drawn out reason, but the honest truth is 9 times out of 10 you were born into a family that was just that. So my dad just played Street Fighter. So when, Street Fighter 4 came out, I just, picked it up to play with him and everything, and I just basically stuck to it ever since.
I know I shouldn't play the way that he plays, but the way that I play is I'm like an easy player. And when I say that, I mean I don't play well when I'm mad. I don't play well any other time.
For me, it started out simply as just learning how to do moves, and it's crazy because a lot of our friends would be like, wow, I can't even remember what it's like to learn moves because I was a little kid, and I'm 29. It's a very specific wrist movement with the joystick, or if you use a pad, and the timing of the button afterwards, if you're going to hit a punch or a kick. It's very, very specific.
So basically when I'm training, if I'm trying to work on a specific character matchup, I don't worry about everything else. If I want to work on anti-airing, which is just if somebody jumps in at you, knocking them out of the air. So I'm counting. He jumped 5 times, I anti-aired him 3 times. That's not good enough. I don't care at the end whether it says I got KO'd or he got KO'd.
On top of the middle of it. Y'all about to get blown up. There's some bombs getting dropped out here.
Well, being able to go to team qualify for Team Red Bull, honestly, it felt like I was able to know that it's a step in the right direction. Just being able to, obviously we hear about these big brands and stuff like that. It's just a household name, Red Bull. So they flew me out there. They had these, took us out to dinner and stuff, covered the hotels and everything, and obviously from a competitive standpoint, which is the most important part, that was just beautiful. My team kicked a lot of ass. and I kicked a lot of ass. We all carried our weight, which was dope. It was a great bonding experience, and it was held here in the Midwest. So, it was actually over in Chicago. So with that being the case, we had home field advantage to a crazy degree. This one guy, man, he just was running through everyone. He beat us, and it was my first time ever crying from a tournament. I'm not saying that e-sport or your gaming and stuff is the same as sports. To say that it's not a sport, that's semantics. That's opinion, okay, fine. Say it doesn't take the same amount of skill, that's asinine. Definitely not true. Definitely not true. But definitely a different set of skills.
When you travel and you meet a lot of people and you become friends with known players and pro players and they just want to train with you and get you better, it's so great. And then you're part of this big dysfunctional family. And the irony and the paradoxical nature of it is amazing because when people discover secrets to the game or tech, they want to share it with you. Where you're thinking, okay, what if I have to fight you later and it comes down to one of us winning the tournament? Doesn't matter. Still want to share the tech. Still want to teach each other.
Yeah, it's all a big community, really.
It's awesome.
Outside,